I'm Stuart Shepard. This is Stoplight. President Obama has ordered his cabinet to identify $100 million in budget cuts. Think what you could do with an extra $100 million in your bank account. You could buy a few private jets. You could book a flight around the moon. You could bail out the financial institution that's holding all your money. But you know, it's easy to get lost in federal government-sized numbers.
Millions and billions and trillions!
So let's scale it down to regular people-sized numbers. Instead of cutting $100 million from a $3.5 trillion budget, let's just say you have a nice income. Your take-home pay is $40,000 a year. Take-home is what you earn that the government lets you budget. They graciously spend the rest on your behalf. So you have $40,000 to budget, and you want to cut an amount proportionate to Obama's. Over the course of a year, you'd have to drastically reduce your budget by not $1,000. Not $100, not even $10. To match Obama's proposed cuts, you'd have to cut your annual budget by $1.14.
Honey, I'm afraid we're just not going to be able to buy that cheeseburger you've been dreaming of.
Actually, I was thinking you have to cut back your driving by at least 1 mile a month this year.
How about if I keep the mile and just skip the birthday gift I was going to get you at the dollar store?
Deal.
Deal.
We're back on budget.
Even the Obama-friendly Washington Post described the proposed cuts as minuscule. And according to the wild-eyed liberal mainstream media dictionary, minuscule is the amount of respect the mainstream media generally bestow upon Christian conservatives, or $100 million as expressed in federal government terms. So, what does a $3.5 trillion budget, along with a deficit somewhere north of $1 trillion, really mean to you? Add it all up, and it means your family and your children's families and perhaps your grandchildren's families will eventually have to pay up in higher taxes. So you and your children and your grandchildren will have to cut back on clothes and food and education savings so the federal government can keep doing whatever it is it does. One more.
Millions and billions and trillions!
And what comes after that?
The big number!